Welcome to Tuesday Truths, my true confession, still blooming and finding my voice. Have you ever felt as though that everybody else received the manual for your life and somehow your copy got lost in the mail? That's how often my experience has been. And 3 college degrees later, I continue to ask myself what I wanted to be when I grew up. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world today. It's Michelle, your AGE-GILITY specialist. My first speech in my Toastmasters club was titled Late Bloomer. I spoke of how I was a late bloomer in high school, college, and even the early years of my career. But now in my 70s, I've discovered something surprising. Sometimes the longest blooming flowers develop the deepest roots. While other people seem to know exactly where they were going, I was still often trying to find the right road. However, over time, I discovered something important. Late bloomers continue to bloom. I've learned that experience, good or bad, may be life's greatest teacher. We can study, earn degrees, certificates, complete certifications, and attend conferences and workshops, but nothing completely replaces the lessons we learn by actually living. Every decade of life brings different obstacles, and every decade of life also brings new opportunities. In my younger years, I was building confidence and finding my place in the world. During those middle decades, I was building a career, serving my passion, my profession, and developing my leadership skills. For more than 40 years, I worked in preventive health. I grew from an uncertain professional into someone who served leadership positions, helped shape professional policies, mentored others, and reached what I believe was the pinnacle of my profession, of my career. I thought I knew exactly who I was until, well, then COVID arrived. And like so many other people, I found myself facing major life transition. As a solar ager, someone who is married with no kids, the career and schedule had defined so much of my identity where it was gone. Retirement may sound like a permanent vacation, but it can also leave you asking the questions, some very unsettling questions like, well, who am I without a career? What do I do with everything I've learned in the past? And actually, what comes next? I realized I did not want the next chapter of my life be defined by what I had just finished. I wanted to be defined of what I was still capable of being. So once again, this late bloomer went back to learning. I became a certified health and life coach and a women's fitness specialist. I wanted to draw on my decades of experience in preventive health and apply it a new way to help serve other women, for other women to remain strong, purposeful, and vibrant as they navigate their own transitions. Now, with their new direction eventually evolved into my trademark lifestyle and philosophy, AGE-GILITY. AGE-GILITY is not about defining our age. Trust me, your hips and knees will eventually remind us. It's about combining the wisdom that comes with age, with the ability to adapt, grow, and to continue to move forward. But I soon discovered the knowledge and ideas were not just enough. I needed to communicate them. I needed to find my voice. The realization brought me to Toastmasters. At first, I joined because I wanted to be a better speaker, but Toastmasters gave me much more than speaking techniques. It gave me the opportunity to grow, developing my leadership skills, to listen more carefully, to accept feedback, and to become more confident sharing my ideas. Most importantly, Toastmasters helped me recognize that my voice could serve a greater purpose. As I became more comfortable speaking and doing these weekly videos very authentically, I also began creating. I developed my own signature program, the Growth Purpose System, or GPS, to help people navigate through life's transitions by aligning their growth and purpose with a personalized system. I began writing blogs, I became an author, and now I have 5 books, and one in the in the background about movement, retirement, purpose, healthy aging, and about creating a home and life that can support the person we're still becoming. Through speaking and writing, I finally discovered that I'm not simply a retired dental hygienist who became a coach. I am a creator. Today I no longer worry about being a late bloomer. I learned there is no deadline for discovering a new purpose, finding your voice, or becoming the person you really want to be. Our lives are not straight roads. They are filled with detours, roadblocks, and unexpected opportunities. Sometimes our personal GPS tells us to make a U-turn, but our GPS continues to recalculate as we change. None of us ever truly arrive at a final destination. As long as we are willing to and able to learn, grow, recalculate, we're never truly lost. I may have reached the pinnacle of one profession, but that was not the end of my journey. It is simply the beginning of a new route as a coach, speaker, author, and creator. Now, when someone asks me what I want to be when I grow up, my answer is simple. I'm still deciding, I'm still growing, I'm still blooming. So you know where to find me on MichelleRase.com, YouTube, LinkedIn, and at my and Facebook. And so I'm just going to leave you with that today as my true confession of my journey up till the present. Bye for now.